This is an amazing golf course, and it needs some TLC, right? It has some infrastructure issues. A lot of municipal golf courses do. So if we're gonna stay as an operator in the long term for our kids in the community, it made sense, let's invest in the golf course. And San Francisco Park and Rec agreed, and it's really a win in many ways. First Tee, the city, and the community, and that's why we're standing here today.
Golden Gate is an iconic park in the heart of San Francisco. Surveyed and designed by William Hammond Hall in 1865, the dedicated green space was originally created on 1,000 acres of sand dunes on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. The Golden Gate Park Golf Course was built in 1949 by Jack Fleming, who helped Alistair McKenzie build Cypress Point, Pasatiempo, and Sharp Park. This 9-hole par 3 course was heavily influenced by the uneven terrain and its place within the park. As for the golf itself, it has long been a playground for young and old, beginners and experts, and everything in between.
So how much do you love this golf course?
It's a great little spot. I never knew it was here for a long time until somebody asked me, "You want to play golf?" And I was hooked.
My favorite memory out here is making my first par on this course ever on hole number 2.
I got 4 hole-in-one over here. Yeah, and it's a wonderful golf course. Beautiful.
I really like this golf course because it's like really short, and then I spent like my first time playing golf here.
It helps me work on my short game.
In addition to the kids, in the first 7 years of the First Tee's lease, Golden Gate Park Golf Course hosted an average of 33,000 rounds a year. In 2021, in the height of golf's COVID boom, they did 45,000 rounds. As good as life has been at Golden Gate Park Golf Course, over time, and not unlike so many other municipals throughout the country, the playing field has fallen victim to overgrowth of trees and shrubs, thatching of grass, a burnt-down clubhouse. And thus, there was an overwhelming need for a reset. This is where Dan Burke comes in.
There's a lot of resources in San Francisco. So if you could provide opportunities for the community to give back in a meaningful way, and in this particular case is taking a treasured public 9-hole golf course, and it has a tie-in to the underserved community efforts we're doing at First Tee, it just made sense for a lot of people in the community to lean in and invest in it.
It's important to know the San Francisco First Tee is one of the biggest and best in the country. In addition to annually serving 15,000 local elementary school kids in classrooms and golf hubs like Harding Park, Visitation Valley Middle School, and Golden Gate Park Golf Course, Burke and his staff also identify and significantly support up to 60 of those kids, providing, among other things, transportation, college prep resources, scholarships, and internships. Burke is well connected, well respected, and he has the attention and support from some of the most successful and influential people in and around San Francisco, which is why he was able to get a partnership with the city and raise the $2.7 million in private funding to do what he hopes to do at Golden Gate Park.
For us, it's really been worth going through those hoops of approval. But ultimately, they saw the value, we saw the value, we're willing to put our resources, into the property for the community. It's really a big win for everybody.
The idea of resurrecting a municipal golf facility in San Francisco isn't a new one. Burke's friend and mentor, Sandy Tatum, the legend and golf icon, rallied politicians, private donors, and the PGA Tour to invest in Harding Park Golf Course, which is just up the street from Golden Gate Park. Tatum died in 2017, but no doubt he'd be proud of the work being done by his protege.
This vision of teaching underserved kids this great game that meant a lot to him, and then taking that baseline and running with it, that's still with our organization every day. It tickles me to think of what he would see with the transformation of Golden Gate Park, just like his leadership transformed Harding, and he got to taste some of the successes of that while he was still alive. Yeah, this is just another leg, what I would describe as a Tatum legacy moment, for sure.
Burke has not only had the help from the spirit of someone like Sandy Tatum, he needed more than just a new lease and resources. He had to have a designer. He phoned a friend.
Prior to starting my own firm in 2012, I spent 11 years working with Robert Trent Jones too. And so in my time there, I had a chance to kind of be the primary person on a few different projects. Probably the most notable one is called Chambers Bay, which is up in Washington, hosted the 2010 U.S. Amateur and the 2015 U.S. Open. After going out on my own, I got to go back to my birth state of Wisconsin, work on a project called Century World, where they're going to have the U.S. Senior Open this year. We did a major renovation, including rerouting a number of holes and things like that.
Balsi lives locally and worked with Burke to reimagine a practice area at Harding Park.
I've known that they've managed this site, so we've kind of talked about it for years as just how special a property is. And at some point, he talked about, their lease was coming up and that they'd like to stay here, but that there was all sorts of infrastructure issues. And so we probably started studying the potential a couple years ago.
Balsi agreed to donate his services to redesign Golden Gate Park because it was an opportunity for him and his career, but also because it was the right thing to do for the greater good of golf, kids, and community.
I think that is what's maybe most meaningful here, is when you think about the best par 3 courses in the country, whether it's the Preserve at Bandon or the Sandbox at Sand Valley or some of the others that you think about, more often than not, they're at a destination golf course where the clientele is going to be very wealthy golfers taking buddy trips, and that's great. But here, we feel like we have the opportunity to offer something of equal caliber, quality, and excitement, and yet the folks who are going to play here range from age 5 to 95. You've got all sorts of economic backgrounds. Many people will play their first round of golf here at Golden Gate Park. So we've got beginners, you've got all sorts of tradespeople, local residents. So this truly is a municipal golf course for the people of San Francisco. But we think we have the opportunity to give them something that people would travel around the world to see.
So it's early March of 2023. All the partners, pieces, and permitting are in place. The course is closing for spring, summer, and possibly well into the fall. Burke and Balsi are frothing to get started on what promises to be yet another rock in the pond of short, affordable, and accessible golf in America.
Any golf project takes a long time to get going, and you think about it, you dream about it, you literally can't sleep at night with the excitement of it, never knowing if it's going to happen. This one was just amplified in that we've been kind of thinking about it for years, really done a lot of work to try and pull everything together and have a potential project and know that it all kind of hinged on this Board of Supervisors meeting. So here we are, March 4th. Come 2 days from now, early morning, March 6th, we are going to get started. We're going to strip the site and get going. So I can't wait. I will be here bright and early. I'm going to provide the donuts to get going on March 6th. But it's really a dream come true, and we want everybody to really enjoy the process as well. This is something that's going to be special. This is going to be part of the community here for the next 50 years. So we want everybody to take part in it and enjoy it.
We tried to align timing-wise with the completion of the clubhouse. So our target would be on October 1st for the community to come back to this great place they've loved for years. A new clubhouse, beers, food, sodas, kids, whatever it is, to a community haven that everybody's going to enjoy. And we hope that's around October 1 of this year.
Next up, digging in on Jay Balsi's design.
We started roughly a month ago or so, and so we are in an interesting phase. We've got shaping going on. We still have some stripping of holes that we haven't touched yet that's going on. You'll see a truck coming by right now doing some stripping. We've actually put some irrigation in the ground. So a month from now, we'll actually be doing some grassing. So it's an exciting time. We've got a lot of different things going on at the same time.